Hello, this is Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica, and today we are going to talk about a kettlebell drill to improve your snatch dynamics, the half kneeling snatch up. In the world of exercise, the kettlebell snatch is the queen of all exercises. Like a chess piece, it is probably the most powerful piece that you have. You do snatches with barbells, with dumbbells, and with kettlebells. The kettlebell is the hard one for people to learn because it requires a bunch of technique, like the Olympic version. Think of the barbell snatch as 1 to 3 reps, trying to get as strong as possible. The problem with the barbell snatch is it's really expensive. You have to have an Olympic lifting platform if you don't want to destroy wherever you're at. It's hard to drag around. It's super heavy. It's just generally hard for most people to do. The kettlebell snatch, on the other hand, is very accessible. You can drag a kettlebell out with you anywhere in the world, and you can do endurance strength training wherever you're at. It could be outside of your work truck. It could be in your 5th floor walk up in New York. It could be in a flat in London. It could be on a beach in Sardinia. It is light enough that you can carry it around. They do different things. Barbell, strength, kettlebell, strength, endurance. The drill we're doing today is breaking down our kettlebell snatch in a different hip position. Today we dragged this adjustable kettlebell from Bells of Steel, the Mark Wildman edition. It just has more weights in it so you can get more specific training. Up here in a literally called a well-built kettlebell backpack. I like the name, it's pretty hilarious. Inside we have a place to strap the kettlebell inside of this foam block. I'm actually going to use this foam block to put underneath my knee for this drill. The position we are starting in is called half kneeling position. 1 leg forward, 1 leg back. I've had about 3 major knee surgeries, so I like to try to pad my knee if at all possible because I have a screw running right through my knee right there. Leg in front, 90 degrees. Leg in back, 90 degrees. Knee, hip, shoulder in a vertical line. If this foot is too close to us, we don't have the support of this lead leg, and people tend to drop their hip back. You will notice that will not work. This is the bottom of a lunge position, and it's part of a get-up. You should be very good at it. Lead leg, lead hand. Thumb points down, elbow is straight. Grab the corner of the kettlebell, the L of the kettlebell. We are gonna work on snatching the kettlebell up, and then we're gonna come down through a clean and press. We're going to push the weight back. Your forearm will contact the inside of your leg, really up high. Your hip will push back. You will hip snap your way up. The arm will come up. You will rotate around the bell. The bell will not go over your hand to a snatch. You will drive your rib cage down, squeeze your abs, bring the weight down, pause to rest, and then reload to do it again. Thumb points down, L of the hand to the L of the kettlebell, push back, snatch up. Bring the weight down, shoulder height. Pause here. Thumb points back, get it close to your body. Snatch up, bring the weight down, pause, elbow close to hip. Your forearm is vertical. We are not doing a barbell wrist or a dumbbell wrist. This is what we need to call a kettlebell wrist. Wrist bone, elbow in a vertical line. Push back, snatch up, bring the weight down, pause, reload. Snatch, bring the weight down, pause, reload. Snatch, bring the weight down, pause, reload. Snatch, bring the weight down. When you change to the other side, stand all the way up. Do a hand change. Down, up, down, up. Change, get your other knee wherever it needs to be. Lead leg 90 degrees, rear leg 90 degrees, vertical spine. If you can squeeze your glutes in this position, you're doing it right. You are now set for the clean to load the snatch. Push back, hips back, snap hips, pause. Rib cage down, abs on. Bring the weight down. Wrist position is key, elbow close to hip. Push the weight back to load the hip. Push back, thumb back, snatch up. Weight down. push back, snatch up, bring down, push back, snatch up, bring it down, push back, snatch up, bring it down. When you finish your reps, stand all the way up to do your hand change to get back to the other side. The snatch is normally done standing up. It comes at the end of a big pantheon of training. Usually people do swings, 2 hand swings, hand-to-hand swings for like 2 to 3 years. Start with a lightweight, get to at least a 32 for men, usually the 20 to 24 kilogram for women. Then they go to the clean and press. And there is a multi-year clean and press strategy, just like with Olympic lifting. You move from there to get-ups, getting up off of the ground, a basic human skill. Then we go to versions of the squat. Then we go to the snatch. The snatch is a clean and press where you skip the middle. Instead of stopping at the midpoint, you continue through all the way. You absorb more force because the kettlebell is falling further. The faster you move, the more reps per minute, the more force you are absorbing no matter what the weight. So when you are training your kettlebell, you are working on your body position to get more efficient, to move faster, to absorb more force through the core and your entire body. It is a hip snap exercise, but the core, every time you catch the weight, is doing what's called a Valsalva contraction, which basically is compressing your core from all 6 sides, top and bottom, side and side, front and back. Your core is a box, for lack of a better term, and every time you catch a kettlebell at the top, your core fires in the way that it's supposed to fire. Just practicing kettlebells and getting to snatches tends to alleviate people's back pain very, very well because it retrains the core to fire equally on all sides of the body. This breakdown drill helps people get even better at the snatch. It helps them get better at the catch at the top. It helps them get better at the hip snap by literally taking everything below the knees out of the equation. You have to get better at the snatch. You have to get better at the catch. You have to get better at being vertical. It doesn't matter what sport you play or what exercise you do, you can always create more breakdown drills to get better at the position. Strength is nothing without position. Ballerinas have known it for years, martial artists have known it for all of human history, circus performers know it very, very well. You need a combination of strength, endurance, and body position to be a good athlete, to be pain-free, and to live the kind of life you want to lead. This drill helps you do all of those things. You're changing your leg position to change the way your hips work to get better at a core fundamental human exercise, the snatch.